Yeah, we back in the building. Y'all already know what to do once y'all come in the building, right? Hold on, let me say this. Hold up. Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody home, everybody doing what they got to do. I hope y'all in the kitchen cooking, doing what y'all got to do, cook that dinner up. Because we got to talk about Jim Jones. DJ Academics actually spoke about he running into Jim Jones, meaning that he ran in, they bumped heads at the NBA YoungBoy concert not so long ago. I think it was in was it I think it was in New York or Newark, one of the two. I think it was in New York, if I'm mistake, or Newark, one of the two. Doesn't even matter. But anyway, DJ Academics actually had a point of what he said. So I had to do a video and I was like, let me ask everybody about this. How they feel about Jim Jones being, I know y'all already done heard about it. And I mean, they already talked about it so much on the internet. Him being an old YN. Now, if y'all don't know what an old YN mean, that mean like, a person older trying to be a young dude, second childhood type stuff. Now, there's certain people that might disagree and might agree. I'm kind of like in the middle, pause. I kind of feel like when you pass away and you going out this earth, whatever, you don't want to pass away as an old man, if that makes sense. You don't want to pass away as old energy. You never did nothing. You just worked. And I know a lot of people do that. I know a lot of people just got to work and they got to do what they got to do to pay their bills. They really don't have too much time to, well, how I could say this, quality time for themselves. If you want me to say on that term, have fun. Know what I mean? Quality time and enjoy life, if you want to say it that way. A lot of people can't, they're not able to do that. They're able to do that later on in life when they get older or they retire. It depends what career and what craft and what you do in life. But I kind of agree on that because we're in the new generation with there's multiple ways to get money also. And there's multiple ways to figure things out to try to have quality time for yourself, if that's a good term of, or sometimes some people make quality time for themselves even when they're working hard. But my thing is, do a lot of people agree with Jim Jones said? We're gonna get to the clips. He said, I'd rather be an old YN because I can enjoy life and I got the money to it. Now a lot of people are gonna say the way he dressed, it's a different way of dressing. I kind of agree with that. That's the term I agree on as being an older person. You don't want to dress like your son or dress like your 16-year-old son and all that because it just look crazy sometimes. Maybe once in a while you could dress like that, but every time it's kind of bugged out to me. Sometimes you just got to dress your age sometimes or don't do too much. But this is Jim. He's from Harlem. I mean, it's a different generation. I mean, he still got that young mentality, as you see. And we're gonna talk about this because I want to hear y'all. I want to hear y'all judge. I want to see what y'all have to say about the term that they're using on Jim Jones, OYN. And and the academics also spoke about how Jim Jones pressed them about, I guess, certain topics he had about Jim Jones, and I guess certain things that Shout out to Mel Matrix. He just came home. Y'all know who Mel Matrix is. Go do y'all research on that. And I mean, that's Jim Jones. Kumbaya. That's his big homie. Whatever. That's his homie. He just came home, so there was a lot of this going towards that. The way Mel Matrix came home. I'm not speaking about that. That's their business. Whatever. But a lot of people are saying sometimes you just gotta drop your flag. I guess if you want to say that, but some people don't. I'm the term when it comes to not everybody who's actually under the banner, meaning the flag or the street they repping or the flag they repping. Not everybody is active. Some people go to school. Some people do good things. They just was raised up in that neighborhood. So sometimes you just can't look at it that way also. It's a lot of terms you could use an OYN. But we're gonna talk about this. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Let's get this show started. Yo, 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 yo. If they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Smash that thumbs up. Ain't gonna hurt your feelings. Ain't gonna cost you. It's absolutely free. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna sit back and wait for you to subscribe. I don't know what the hell you waiting on, to be honest. Well, that's your debate. Smash the subscribe button though. Keep that notification bell on so you know when my videos are actually dropping. Shout out to Team Smoke and Smoke Gang. Shout out to everybody that got their membership. Try to get yours. You want to donate to the channel. The Cash App is on the banner. You can also donate by the thank button on the video. And let's get this copyright out the way. Copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find that in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is absolutely for educational and entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find that in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here, absolutely for educational and entertainment purpose. The clips and the videos I play are also owned by the original creators. So DJ Academics did a live. I think it was yesterday. Shout out to DJ Academics, man. He did a live and he spoke about this. We're going to get to the clip actually when he spoke about this whole situation. Academic speaks on Jim Jones pressing him when he saw him at NBA YoungBoys concert. Jim was on his YN energy. Now, let me repeat myself. Y'all know what YN, that means young ninja. I'm going to say it that way. Little young ninja. You know that term, the YN term. He's basically trying to say that the way he approached him, which I'm about to play the clip, I didn't agree with what Jim Jones did also. Because you be on these interviews talking loosely. You talk about a lot of past with you and Cameron and certain things you just don't want certain bloggers like a DJ Academics to speak on, I guess. But see, DJ Academics actually spoke about this, and I actually agree with him. He don't got nothing to do between you and 6ix9ine, whatever's going on with the back end, which y'all going on now that male metrics on 6ix9ine is throwing shots at him. Know what I mean, dissing him, however y'all want to say it. He don't got nothing to do with that. He's just a blogger, big platform. He only pressing on what everybody is saying. But let's get to the part that Academics speaking about the Jim Jones situation. Let's get to it. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, because we ain't going to be here too long. So y'all already know, light one up. Y'all already know the vibes.
I see Birdman, and pause on that. I see Birdman walk in. I'm like, oh, shit, Birdman. I'm walking down there, but I'm like, because I'm on the rise. I'm like, oh, shit. I even went in front of my security. I'm like, oh, shit, let me go tap in with Birdman real quick. As soon as I walk down, I see Jim Jones. Now, I'm going to keep it a beam with y'all. And again, I'm only speaking from my perspective. And y'all know, like, when I be telling these stories, I don't never be hyping nothing, right? Like, I think I'm pretty fair. I was walking quickly to get to Birdman, but right behind Birdman was Jim Jones. Jim Jones had brought his mom there. I didn't even realize he brought his mom. Like Mama Jones, he brought his mom. So I'm walking mad quickly. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I think the way Jim seen it was like I'm walking up on him. I swear. Like, cause I'm walking mad quick. And so so I see Birdman and I see Jim Jones. And I'm like, oh shit, Jim, what up? Now Jim, what up back at me? Is a different type of what up. He's like, nigga, what up? And I'm like, whoa. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it's how I walked up, because I walked up like OG3, nigga. Remember, you saw OG3 walked up with me? I walked up, but I was just walking quickly to get to Birdman. I'm gonna give Jim his credit. Jim was the oldest YN in the building, but he was on YN timing. I'm gonna keep it a beam. I go over to say, yo, Jim, we gotta get up and we gotta go do the interview. That's what I'm like, we gotta go do the interview. I don't know if it's because young boy Jim Jones turned to a YN on me. Jim Jones was like, yo, hold on, let me holler at you, man. Let me holler at you. Jim is like, yo, listen, man. I gotta talk to you. I'm like, all right, what up? What's good? He kept asking questions like, yo, do y'all think the shit y'all do online is cool? So I'm like,
you see, I don't agree with Jim on that. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna continue, but Jim asked them, pressed, like came at him on some old YN, on some young ninja stuff. Yeah, nigga, with the energy. We all know how Jim Jones. Y'all been following Dipset for years. Y'all been following Jim for years. Y'all know how Jim Jones carries himself. Very emotional and very high energy when he want to be. That's how his whole career was. I'm a Jim Jones fan, Cam fan. I'm a whole Harlem Dipset fan. So y'all can't tell me something that I didn't see my whole life. Jimmy always been like that. AKA Joe Mo, that nigga always been like that. He's a high energy person, very emotional. When, you know what I mean, when shit hit the fan or shit don't go his way, you know, we all get emotional. Some people ain't. I'm emotional nigga sometimes too. You know what I mean? You cry when your homies died, or you cry when shit don't. I mean, shit happens. I don't get too emotional. I got a little cold heart when I want to be, but we all know Jim get emotional. We see this nigga cry on live interviews, all types of shit. That part, what we talking about? So we ain't gonna say and act like he don't. But shout out to Jim. Respectfully, this ain't no disrespect. But for you to get it to go at him and say, yeah, you know, it's okay for y'all bloggers to talk what y'all talk. Let me remind you something, champ. You do all the interviews. All y'all do interviews. Y'all get paid for the interviews y'all do. You're to an age where you supposed to not even be doing interviews talking about old shit with Cam, and you supposed to be talking about present. Every time you do an interview, it's all about the history of Dipset and how you feel. and how much credit you feel like you feel like you don't receive from Cam Raw, because Cam is like the president of that shit. He created Dipset, but we all give your flowers to you. All of my videos about Jim Jones and Cam, I'll always give Jimmy his flowers because I was a Jim Dipset fan. I was a Cam fan. But we seen how Jim carried that flag for all these years, even when Cam went to retirement for a little bit. When it's rest in peace to Mama Cam, when she, you know what I mean, when she passed away, whatever. My condolences to Cam and his family. But we all know before that, you know, she was going through little issues, whatever. We all know the story because Cam spoke about this in his interview. He had to take a break for a while. But who was still holding that flag down? You got to give Jimmy his flowers. I always respect Jim on that. But you can't attack a blogger, and tell them that, oh, y'all think it's cool or what y'all say. We only repeat what y'all say in the interviews. You talk about Cam, we're gonna talk about that. You talk about anything else, we're gonna talk about that. That's our job. That's what we do. We react to what y'all talk about. We hip hop librarian journalists. That's what you want to call us, whatever. This is what we do, Jim. So you got to be careful on certain things that you do talk about and that you don't talk about, because the things that you don't talk about is not going to be on the internet, obviously. And Akademiks is a very big platform. But see, Jim only approached certain people he know he could approach. That, you know, Can said that back in the when they was going, yeah, you only approach certain niggas. You know you can approach certain niggas that you know you can't approach. You want to approach them niggas. This coming out his man mouth. Pause. This coming out of Can mouth. Can wrong. So you only approach who you want to approach, according to the history, whatever. Like, come on, champ. Like, and I'm a Jim fan, but that's wrong what you did with Act. Let's continue, though. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. Y'all already know the vibes.
I'm kind of confused, honestly. I'm legit confused. I didn't get too much info out of him, but he mentioned 6ix9ine. He said, whatever 6ix9ine. Then he's like, yo, y'all got to know, yo, it ain't safe when niggas is playing with me like that. And I'm thinking about, I'm like, what the fuck do I? So I kept trying to ask him. I said, what me and 6ix9ine got to do with you? Or what I got to do with if you and 6ix9ine got something? Rappers are the best that if they can't find the person they don't like, someone else inherits. So it's like Dave Free seeing me and Dave Free saying, yo, well, I'll never see Drake ever in life. So let me tell you why I'm mad at Drake. Okay, cool. I think I'm like, yo, is he mad at, like, how is he mad at 6ix9ine and coming at me? Y'all two were 9 Trey Bloods. I was never a 9 Trey Blood, and I don't want to be one. If y'all got a problem, and here's the thing, I was thinking about their issue a little bit more. When 6ix9ine was a 9 Trey Blood, Jim knew about it before everybody got locked up. He could have prevented this by trying to do whatever he had to do then. 6ix9ine gets locked up with some of the 9 Trey dudes, tells on the 9 Trey dudes, and then afterwards, yeah, 6ix9ine is still clowning because, 6ix9ine like wearing that rat sleeve. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't care. Me, I'm one of them people, I talk, like, I have that conversation. I know some of y'all, like, again, after that handshake and even like that energy, I could have just said, I'm going to just leave him over there, nigga. I walked up, I thought we could have a conversation. So he was just like, yo, man, I ain't trying to have no conversation. He's like, listen, man, just enjoy the show. And I'm like, okay. Said something like, yo, and if anybody got a problem with me, they can let me know. I'm like, all right. Anyway, Jim was on his YN energy, man. I'm hoping he was just in a, maybe an upset frame of mind for that time, but I don't know.
See what I mean? Now, remind y'all, a lot of people not gonna see. I'm gonna paint a picture for y'all. Now, Jim is in his late 40s. Pardon me. I think Jim about 48, 49. I think 49, about to hit 50. You've been in the hip hop industry for a very long time, because you're a Cam Wrong whatever, right hand man, whatever. You started as a hype man. You worked your way to be a rapper. Everybody knows Jim's career. I give you your flowers, champ, always, because you turn a hype man, you turned that to a whole career and became a rapper and a big influence on the fashion and New York fashion, and because of the Dipset era and all that. List goes on. You got to put Cam in there too. List goes on. Y'all did a lot. Y'all did a lot of trend setting. Y'all had the whole world once upon a time dressing like y'all, meaning Dipset. I sit back and wait on that. If people want to lie, y'all lying. Everybody wanted to dress like Dipset once upon a time. We talking about from New York, Philly, Jersey, Connecticut, Atlanta, Miami, Midwest, always. Come on, like let's talk with Lil Wayne when he linked up with Dipset. He went back down there with the swag and all that. I sit back and wait. Lil Wayne wasn't wearing no rock star belts and all that. New Orleans, I got supporters down there. New Orleans, tap in. They know I ain't lying. They like, nah, Smoke ain't lying. That nigga came back from New York with a whole different type of swag. Because they was around Dipset. Dipset had a trend setting going on. They had the whole world wanted to dress like them. So I always give Jimmy his flowers and them they flowers for that. But you're wrong. One minute you on an interview talking about, yeah, you know, I don't gang bang and this and that. I'm not active and this and that. And then next minute when shit cool down a little bit, the feds ain't on y'all. Next minute you want to get this high energy up back. Like you active. Oh, niggas don't play with me, this and that. You telling DJ Akademiks a civilian with a whole bunch of feds in the building, probably at that YN concert, and you saying that to DJ Akademiks? You calling for an indictment to come towards you. It's bad enough they was watching y'all niggas once upon a time and you slid out of that and they locked everybody else, Mel Matrix, everybody else that was involved with and then that was Harv and all them niggas that was involved with the 6ix9ine situation, the kidnap. Mel got locked up for something separate. You slid out of all that. We heard the wiretap. We heard like, yo, he got to get violated. Come on now, champ. Come on, champ. You know better. You shouldn't even speak about gang banging. You shouldn't even speak about none of that. You shouldn't even be walking around acting like you a young nigga, like you active. Now, we're going to get to a couple of clips when Jim actually explained why he want to be an old YN. Like I said, it's pretty good to be an old YN because you want to have that energy, but you don't want to run the streets like a YN. You don't want to come out the house dressing like your son too. Know what I mean, and then if you got a young look, niggas gonna be thinking, you know what I mean? You were like, come on, that shit is not a good look. Cause you still carrying yourself from all them decades, the decades that you went through. You gotta tighten up, straighten up a little bit. You can still be fly, but in a different type of way. Let's get to Jim Jones speaking on why he speak about this old YN and why he take credit of it and why he gonna run with it. And he's not gonna change. Let's hear what Jim got to say. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel.
I'm feeling good right now.
He's the oldest YN.
I'm feeling good right now. Stop playing with me.
That is OG YN.
Now listen, this is a quick clip of him going on Casanat big stream. You know Casanat got a big platform. This is recently, not so long ago. Now I want y'all to look at Casanat and everybody in that room and look at Jim. Because Jim is not a tall brother. He's not a tall dude that are out. I mean, he'll outstand, everybody else. He's about the same height of Casanat and them niggas in the room. Now, look how he dressing. Look how Casanat dressing. Casanat and them, they some YNs. Look how Jim dressing, man. Like, I don't know. I understand it's fashion, but certain things I just can't wear, man. At that age he at.
I'm feeling good right now.
He's the oldest YN.
I'm feeling good right now. Stop playing with me.
That is OG YN. Tori with the 5. The oldest YN.
Yeah, we outside.
Hold on, let me see. I want to. Yo, where's Tyler in them? They're not in the room.
They wasn't in the room. I was downstairs with it. Look what I got.
Put the glove.
They say I'm the oldest YN. I'm feeling.
You telling me he don't look like he could be part of them? I understand it's a hustle. You're making money. You're trying to be relevant. I mean, you staying in the game because at that age, a lot of people, they die off. You don't even hear about them. But I'm gonna give y'all one name that's around my age down there. You know what I mean? He's a little younger than Fab. Younger than Jim. That's Fab. That's fabulous. Look how Fab dressed and look how Jim dressed. Both got swag, but it's a different type of swag you want to throw at the age you at. I sit back and wait on that, and I want y'all to comment on that, on the dress, how Fabulous dressed, because he's not a young boy, Fabulous. Fab that come out of New York. Everybody know what I'm talking about. And look how Jim dressed at the age he at. It's a different type of age and swag you can put on and still look productive and look your age. Not look like you running around like with these 21-year-olds and 22-year-olds. It's a bad look, champ. Let's continue though. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel.
Get me half the time, oh, he the biggest YN, or why he don't grow up. Well, check my track record and ask my family how they living. You heard? Then look at how I'm living. then check my bills. Make sure they paid. Like, you're worried about the wrong things. You're worried about what I'm doing and how I need to grow up when I'm doing grown man shit right beneath your eyes. You heard? Long as my shit is done, I'm the illest nigga ever. You heard? Especially to my family. Don't get no realer than that. They can eat every night. They got clothes on their back. We can stunt when we want to. You heard? Like, that's being a real nigga to me. You dig? So you said everything right. You heard?
Right.
You dig? And if you do not think so, then you definitely not a person that I need next to me.
And I respect that hustle. But being called a OYN, like that right there, I don't want to be called that. But I give Jimmy one credit. He's in tune with a lot of YNs in the streets, upcoming rappers, a lot of artists, a lot of hip hop artists that we look up to at his age, whatever. They're not in tune with the streets too much. Jim still giving opportunities to them young little fellas out there in New York, period. Them upcoming rappers and all that. He's giving them a name, giving them a buzz. I mean, he does something. He have him in the studio, shot the Jim with it's a lot of things Jim doing on a positive note. But then on that negative note, you throwing shots at academics. You talk about, yeah, you don't want to play with me, this and that. And you know what I mean? You running around looking like these young niggas. And then you talk about you're not active. Then 1 minute you act and look like you active in that world that you in. That family, that banner. You know what I'm talking about, Jim. 1 minute you say you're not active. Next minute when you talk, it seems like you are active. And everybody know what I'm talking about when I say this. Active and non-active. Yeah, that part. Sometimes you sound like you active still, champ. Come on. Like, I don't understand this. Like, the old YN shit, all right, it's cool. But that's not an excuse for you to be dressing like that. Oh, man, check my bank account, check my family eating this and that. Everybody family eat that's in that world with you. Everybody's family's living comfortable, the Camrons and all that. They family, their kids living comfortable too. That's not an excuse for you to act the way you act. But I understand it's because you still got that second childhood in you. A lot of us still be carrying that shit. Nothing wrong. But sometimes you just got to snap out of that. Let's continue with Jim talking about the old YN that he is and all this. Yeah, let's get to it. Smash that like.
We've been, a lot of people have been poking at my age, and I'm in my 40s still, so that's funny to me. Most of these people, it's funny because most of these people's favorite rappers are either my age, older, a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Even people like Drake and Meek and all them, everybody's barking on 40 right now, but it's cool because when I was younger, I remember me consciously poking at Jay's age, so it's kind of funny to me. So then they got this thing on, I'm the oldest YN.
Yeah.
It's funny and things like that. So, I mean, but my whole thing is like this, there ain't no age on motion, and money doesn't come with an age limit on it. So the whole age appropriate, I turn it to wage appropriate. So you niggas need to start acting your wage, you heard?
He said there's no age on it. But my thing is, yeah, there is an age on certain things, the way you dress, because then you carry yourself in that crowd. And sometimes you still be a target with that crowd the way you carry yourself. But not everybody think that way. You know what I mean? Not everybody 48, 49, 50, 52 and all that, and they still want to dress like the YNs. I understand. Not everybody, they still want to wear the big chains and all this, carry themselves like a young dude. I understand that. Some dudes don't snap out of that. They really don't. Some do, some don't. I'm being honest. But it's a certain way you got to carry yourself when you're in that industry also. Because the way I look at it, we all know how the hip-hop world like to throw that message. Like I told you in my last video, they don't give us good hip-hop, positive message. They like to give us the spin around the block. Yeah, do this, do that. Yeah, the drill music. That's exactly what I'm explaining. So for you to still carry that somehow, now we're not saying you do drill music, Jim, but you still let the youngest know like it's cool and being a gang. Like, it's just certain ways you got to carry yourself to try to save that next generation or so. Because when they look at you, they think, oh, man, Jim Jones still doing it. He's still talking like he active. I'll sit back and wait. You think ain't no youngins looking at you like that? Thinking you still probably active and you push buttons and all that, allegedly, and everything I speak on is alleged? Come on, Jim. There's certain ways you got to carry yourself. Let's continue, though.
And if it's so whack, then why you ain't out here making some hot shit? Show us what the fly shit is. You ain't do nothing in 15. You ain't have nothing in 10. You ain't been living. You want to stop playing out here with these young kids like that. You heard? Like, you're making yourself look crazy. You're making yourself look old and salty. You heard? Like, I don't have an old soul. Yeah, I'm a bit older, but I'll never have an old soul. I'll never be an old man. I'm not going out like that. I'm going to live like a young man forever. You heard? I got the money to. I'm enjoying this life. I'm not trying to be all stuffy, you know. And I seen a lot of these dudes turn into senior citizens before us with the comments that they're making. And it seems like they're not even trying to help the younger generation. And you got kids. Y'all got kids. Like, how does that work? You dig? Like, your kids are listening to the comments you're making. And some of your kids are in the same profession as you. So it's like, is that a reflection on your kid also? Or are you just saying that for being bitter because you're not lit out here? And that's for nobody. I'm just saying for the older people that I see making these comments on these platforms and shit like that. And it's not one, it's not two, it's a lot of them. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. You ain't got no motion, so I feel like it's you kind of hating.
Was hating on them?
One thing I agree with he said on that, you don't want to pass away feeling old. You want to feel young still. It's a different generation that we live. It's a different era. Back in our eras, 40-year-olds and all that look their age. I don't know. It's the food. It's something going on now. We all agree on this. Back in our days when we had them 40-year-old teachers and all that, they looked their older. We thought 40 was like straight like old man back then in the 90s. But now that we 40s in ourselves, early 40s, late 30s, mid 40s, late 40s, whatever, it's like we still look young. We still look like we in our 30s, some of us. We still got that energy. We still got that young energy. Some of us still look young. Some of us still feel young. Some of us carry ourselves young. Some of us dress like we're still young because you got that young energy from the back in the day era. We not looking like the older people when they got older from the 80s and all that. It's like a different style, different food, different generation, different genetic. I don't know. It's something in our body that every time each generation continue, because the next generation, you got grandmas that's going to be what, 20? You got some grandmas right now, 28, 29 years old. I sit back and wait. For the young grandmas out there, the young ladies that's mothers and grandmas, am I lying? They young. That shit was unheard of back in the days, man. It's a different generation. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. So that's the thing that Jim trying to explain. As long as I can have that young energy and I got the money to do this shit, I'm gonna continue doing it. The only thing I disagree on is the way he dressed sometimes. It's like, boy, you looking like you like 18, 19 years old sometimes. You're looking too crazy. Some people might disagree, some people agree. I don't know. Everybody got their own opinion. Let's continue with this last one.
Age limitations on anything. So now age just doesn't exist.
No.
Even with everything.
Age exists.
Yeah, even when it comes to like the golden era of hip hop, but they were saying that Jim Jones is the oldest YN. You know what the YN is? The young N word.
Yeah.
They say he's the oldest. You know what I mean? Because he's like what, in his 50s, however old.
He's almost 50.
Yeah, 50. I think he's 50. However old he is,
something like that.
Yeah, but they're saying like like he's too old to be doing that. But then on the same token, there's a lot of people, even the YNs are saying he's not. It's not like the old days of how like grandparents and great grandparents, like you can do whatever you want.
Like he tried to explain, but he couldn't explain the way he wanted to. It's a different generation. The genes look different. We look younger. The older we get, some of us looking younger. We don't even look our age. So that's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. At the end of the day, before I get out of here, y'all might be the judge on this. Is Jim Jones right on what he said? Carrying yourself as an old YN should be a good thing, but I guess it's different levels on the way you carry yourself. Or Jim is just out of character and just taking this shit to a whole nother level. Because he's doing positive stuff by keeping in tunes with the kids in the streets, giving them opportunities, keeping his ears open, giving them kids opportunities for contracts. I don't know how he does his business, but he give them opportunities also. I mean, it's not too many artists at his age that's still in tune with the streets. And we can all agree with that. That's why Jim's still relevant to this day. He's on stage with these young niggas and everything. Which sometimes it look bugged out. You should sit your old ass down and just enjoy life. But I guess Jim trying to continue getting to the bag. And that's basically what he's saying. As long as I'm alive, nigga, I'm going to continue getting this bag and dressing like an old YN nigga. But do y'all agree with that? I'm going to let y'all be the judge. I'm up out of it. We on to the next video, man. It's a quick video about Jim Jones being an old YN and how he threatened DJ Akademiks, which he always said he's not active. I'm a non-active gang member, this and that, but then you be throwing threats like you active. You got to cut it out, chat. What you doing out here? Then you get emotional if you start hearing the feds on you and shit. I could continue with this, but we on to the next video. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Make sure y'all keep that notification bell on so y'all know these videos are dropping. And give me y'all smoking y'all in the comment, man. I want to hear y'all opinion about being an old YN. It's your boy Smoke News TV, man. Salute, gang. I'm up out of here.